Farida. I want to ask one question. As I was listening to your talk in the afternoon, I was very nice and everything. So I want to ask you a question. I'm a mother who have children growing up. As you have done so well in your academics, you are a doctor and going around giving lectures and all. To have children like you, more person like you in this world, what did your parents did not to have a person like you? So I want you to give us some advice for mothers like me to know more details to bring up. Thank you.
Sister asked a very good question. That after seeing my talks, becoming a doctor and giving such talks, she asked what did my parents do? And Dr. Yahya Alvi gave a very good introduction, and he rightly said, if I have to thank anyone in this world after Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the first person is my mother. And what natural, my father and the other family members, including my wife. Alhamdulillah, after I got married, I did more dawah. It's a full family effort. People normally ask me, and they tell me that, that if you have to be very good, etc., you have to do family planning. Normally people say. I say, I'm the fifth child of my parents. If my parents would have done family planning, I wouldn't have been here. So I thought maybe that is the question she's going to ask. Alhamdulillah, she announced that. I'm the fifth child, and Alhamdulillah, people think that having more children is a bane, but Alhamdulillah, it turns out to be a boon also, depending how you upbring them and how do you follow. Just in a nutshell, I would say that my parents, Alhamdulillah, they let me think freely. They didn't have any particular blinkers that, follow this religiously. Alhamdulillah, my parents are religious, Alhamdulillah. They didn't force anything on me. They let me think freely. But they followed the guidance of the Quran and the Sunnah, Alhamdulillah. So because they were on the Quran and Sunnah, and when a child sees that the parents are on the right, very often, Alhamdulillah, the children emulate the parent, But that's not always the case. We have instances of children of prophets going astray. It is but natural, I said, after the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala whose help is most required. Parents is required. And as I said in the afternoon, I repeat again, that one of the reasons is, as mentioned Surah Al-Imran, chapter number 3, verse number 160, that if Allah helps you, no one can overcome you. If Allah forsakes you, then there is no one who can overcome you then. If Allah forsakes you, no one can help you. So let the believers put their trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. My parents put their trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The amount of money they spent in making me a doctor. And my mother's desire was, my son should be the best doctor. And she wanted me to become like someone like Chris Bernard, the person with the first heart transplantation, Christian Bernard from South Africa. And since my mother had met him, and that was the desire. So Alhamdulillah, even I wanted to become a doctor. And I took the medical profession because as I thought that, and it is, Alhamdulillah, not that I've changed my view, that first I had the impression that doctor is the best profession to serve humanity. It is one of the good professions. So that's why I became a doctor, and my father was a doctor, a psychiatrist, and that's how, Alhamdulillah, I became a doctor. But then, by being inspired by Sheikh Ahmed Didas, I got involved in dawah, and then I found that I used to find pleasure in treating the patient physically, but I got more pleasure, multiple times more, in treating the patient spiritually. Multiple times more. And there are thousands of doctors in the world, many, hundreds of them, who are giving free treatment. I would be another drop in the ocean. So that's the time I decided to give up my profession and turn as a full-time dai, and in which my parents, they supported me. But naturally, my parents would have said, we have spent so much money on you, we had so much high hopes in you, etc. Now you want to leave the profession, 5.5 years you spend in medicine. And then, but Alhamdulillah, my parents supported me. They said, no problem, it's in the way of Allah, Alhamdulillah. I asked my mother, what do you like me to become when I wanted to give up my profession? Would you like me to become like Sheikh Ahmed Didat or like Chris Bernard? So she gave a very fitting reply, I would like you to become both together. But now when I ask her, that would you want me to become a Dai like Sheikh Didat or what I am now, or would you want me to become like Chris Bernard? She says that one Dai like Sheikh Ahmed Didat, I can sacrifice 1,000 Chris Bernard. Alhamdulillah. It is support of the parents, which helps me, because support of the parents and family is very important in doing dawah. How to upbring the children? I have given the talk, Islam for Children, sister. Islam for Children. That the best teacher for the children is the mother. Is the mother. And I cannot give a full talk now, Islam for Children. You can refer to my video cassette. And I say that the first book that the mother or the parent should give to the child is the Quran. Quran is the first book. And it will remain a guide for your children till the last day of his life. And but natural, our parents didn't know that Arabic is so important, learning Arabic as a language. So I gave a talk on Al-Quran, filled it with understanding, and showed the importance of Arabic. It's important that you should even teach your children Arabic as a language. It will help them to understand Islam better. And but natural, if anyone strives in the way of Allah, if you strive in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah says in Surah Ankabut chapter 29 verse 69, if you strive in His way, He will open up your pathways. So you strive and you see to it that if you want what you want, you strive in the right way, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will inshallah open up your pathways. So first is faith in Allah, second is striving, third is technique. Regarding few points of technique, you can refer to my video cassette, Islam for Children. Hope that's the question.